hello, you've caught us at E3 for this not Friday feature. We're super busy at E3 this week, so we don't have a regular Friday feature, but we want to put something up anyway. So this is 7 PlayStation games we're incredibly excited about that we have seen at the show, and we can't wait to play, basically.
Yeah.
So, Holly, you're going to kick us off with a game that you've been talking about ever since it was revealed.
I am. It's well documented that I'm a massive BioWare fan. So Anthem for me is a huge departure from what I know and love.
Yes.
But that doesn't scare me. That makes me really, really excited.
You're not afraid of change, Holly.
In moderation. In moderation. No, I'm a massive BioWare fan. I'm really excited to see them do something new.
Yeah.
I love Mass Effect. I love Dragon Age. But you know when you have a studio you love, sometimes it's really important to watch them try and break out. For anyone shoots me down for saying it, I got major Destiny vibes from Anthem, and that is awesome because I love the idea of exploring worlds with friends. Like, let's go do this. Like, let's jump off this cliff and see what we find. Like,
let's jump off this cliff together.
But no, I mean, it excited me.
Yeah. I mean, you're a massive Destiny fan as well, so the fact that you've got a game that it's got Destiny vibes and it's made by BioWare, that must be ticking all of your boxes.
It looked beautiful as well, and sometimes I do. Like, sometimes I just want to go and explore something and not necessarily have major objectives. Like, yeah, let's just jump into this ocean and let's go for a swim and let's see what we find. And please, can I play as the tank class? Please.
Tank for life.
Tank
Holly.
for life.
Entry number 2 is one of mine. Now, ever since Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag came out, I've been pining for a pirate game.
But with the Assassin's Creed Black Flag version.
I mean, I loved the piratey stuff in Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag so much, and it looks like Ubisoft have finally made the exact game I wanted, and it's called Skull and Bones.
Which is it's just exactly what it says on the tin.
It's open world pirating on the high seas, and anyone who watches our videos regularly will know I have a weird infatuation with in-game water physics.
It's not weird.
And my God, the water in Skull and Bones made me go, oh, the rolling ocean. Oh, I mean, yeah, like that. I absolutely loved in Assassin's Creed 4 just being on the jackdaw and just rocking it over the waves and being in the storms, and they sing, and there was something about being a pirate that's just brilliant. I mean, I mentioned it in one of our Tuesday videos, in one of our new Tuesday features that's going to be going up soon, how I love the fantasy of living out the fantasy of being a pirate in a video game, and I am really happy that Ubisoft have listened to me specifically.
Just to you, Rob Pearson.
They've thought, Rob wants us to make a pirate game, let's do it just for him. And for everyone, obviously, who loved the pirate bits in Assassin's Creed 4. I think it's something that everyone has wanted ever since Black Flag came out, and Ubisoft have delivered, and it looks obviously amazing.
Yeah, they nailed the water in that. And we should probably say that anyone who's about mine and Rob's age, back in the PS2 days, a game, you could tell how good a game was based off how good its water looked. So if you're our age,
one of the first things I would look for in a game. Yeah. What's the water like in this game?
Yeah, if you're our age, you'll remember judging a whole game basically based off when they come out the water, if they're dripping with the water is on the floor.
I distinctly remember Onimusha 3 having some very impressive water. But anyway, we're getting distracted. Let's move on. Entry number 3 is another Ubisoft game. I'm massively excited for Assassin's Creed Origins. Now, this has been a long time coming. I'm a big Assassin's Creed fan.
I honestly
played
didn't know.
them all. But I think me and everyone were hoping that Ubisoft would do something like they have done with Assassin's Creed. They took a year off, which I think they needed to do. And they've come out again, and Assassin's Creed is come out fighting now. It's got all the changes. It's set in ancient Egypt. It's the earliest in terms of the timeline of worlds we're exploring. We're back to 49 BC, I think. Ancient Egypt.
Something really
thousands
incredible.
of years ago, way before the events of any of the other Assassin's Creed games. And it looks beautiful. I really think it's a real change-up as well, isn't it? We've had mainly you get we've had European cities, beautiful spires, we've had Constantinople, we've had Rome, we've had Venice, we've had London, Victorian London, Assassin's Creed Syndicate, we had Paris, obviously, in Unity. Yeah. We've had the tropical Caribbean waters in Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag, we've already mentioned, and now we're going back to such an iconic place.
I love Egyptian history anyway.
And I'm fascinated by it.
I'm utterly fascinated by it. So the thought I could walk around it. I mean, it's the closest I'll ever obviously get. But I think Ubisoft do a really good job with it.
There's something really mysterious about the pyramids and the Sphinx and everything that happened around that kind of time. And I remember learning about it in school and thinking, wow, this is amazing.
I love history.
And Assassin's Creed is really good at making really kind of fanciful stories that fit in around these old mysteries, and I can't wait to see what they're going to do with ancient Egypt. It's one of my favourite eras in history to learn about, and I can't wait to explore in Assassin's Creed.
Imagine the sun setting over the pyramids.
I
just generally that excites me on itself.
Okay, Holly, this next one we can both wax lyrical about for a little bit.
This is definitely one for me and Rob.
Yeah, Ni no Kuni 2 Revenant Kingdom.
Oh my god. I loved the original Ni no Kuni. I think it is one of the greatest JRPGs ever made.
I agree.
I will fight you over it because I think it's amazing. Visually, I think nothing else up like it. Studio Ghibli vibes. Level 5 did an incredible job, and this time, they're like, yeah, our team is 4 times as big.
Yeah.
Like the amount of stuff they've been able to do. And you played it. I had an interview, but you actually got the hands-on.
I played the game. Yeah, we've
jealous.
got a video. Hopefully, this should be on the channel already. If not, it's going to be coming very soon, and we're going to have another one as well, which we're hopefully going to be showing you in 4K. The battle system is very different this time.
Mm-hmm.
It's almost real. I would say it is real time. You've still got there's still classical JRPG elements to it, but there are no familiars anymore. We've got little creatures called Higgledies, and they enable you to do things like, if you can activate a group of Higgledies, they will give you a health boost or protect you against a certain attack or something like that. Basically, they're really useful in battle.
A little bit more like Kingdom Hearts. Remember you bring up the little menu, don't you? Then you can see what everything's sort of mapped to.
Yes.
You've got a little bit of KH vibes from it.
You've got some skills that are mapped to, like, you hold down R2 and the face buttons have specific skills linked to them. But also the world, obviously. It looks gorgeous. The original Ni no Kuni was gorgeous. You've got to see this to believe it. It looks incredible. The scale of it is, come on, leaps and bounds. It's bigger, it's grander, it's more epic. And you mentioned that Hino-san said it was going to be darker as well.
Yeah, he reckoned it was going to be darker because I think I asked him, I was like, everyone pretty much cried at Ni no Kuni. The beginning alone was heart-wrenching.
Yep.
But it had loads of whimsy in it. I'm Welsh, so going back to Fairy Village was just I laughed, and the whole thing was super charming. And he was like, that's all still in there. You've got a Drippy-esque character for the humour, but he's like, it's going to be darker.
Yes.
And if you can give me that really dark Ni no Kuni storyline in that beautiful world, just take however many tens of hours of my life you're going to need, please. Yep. Thank you very much. And it's in November as well. So
the fact that it's coming out this year. Usually JRPGs, when they get announced, they come out 10 years later. Ni no Kuni
You're not bitter at all.
No. Ni no Kuni's coming out in November this year. Oh, it's so exciting.
I'm actually genuinely, sometimes I just want to go to magical places, and I find JRPGs do that. For me, personally, RPGs are the most likely to transport me somewhere where my imagination wouldn't even be able to make it up, and I
completely agree.
Ni no Kuni.
Let's move on, Holly, otherwise we'll sit here talking about
Ni no Kuni. We can do this for hours.
Entry number 5, one of the best surprises, I think, from the PlayStation Showcase.
Jeez.
Shadow of the Colossus PS4 remake.
Yeah,
wow.
I didn't know about this, and
Holly knows everything.
That's why my hair's so big. It's full of secrets. No, Nathan was next to me, and he was just like, "Oh my god, is that what it is?"
Nathan doesn't get excited about anything, by the way, either.
Nathan's always in control, but he got really excited. It sounds daft. I'm most excited for the music.
Yeah.
I know that sounds really daft,
amazing.
but to have that music back, I know I can go and listen to it now, but when those games come back out, that music is re-injected into my life.
Yeah.
And Shadow, much like, they always come together, Shadow and Ico always seem to come together, both beautiful music.
The world, though, is such an incredible, mysterious, and hauntingly empty world.
Yeah,
it's so mysterious
like
and beautiful to explore. And looking at it on PS4 just made me go, oh my god. I mean, it looks beautiful enough on PS2, and the PS3 remaster, the HD remake, looks beautiful as well. But to have the game made from the ground up again on PS4, the fur on the Colossi, their big sad eyes,
It's such a, like you said, haunting is really the right word, because it's
Yeah.
not a horror game, it's not scary.
No.
But it's got like an emptiness.
You've got like you feel like an empty kind of dread the whole way through.
A loneliness.
Yeah, you feel like you're doing the wrong thing, and you're not quite sure why you're there.
Yeah.
And the whole thing, it just gives you. I'm getting goosebumps now.
And-
talking
you actually
about
do.
It, see?
Oh
I'm
my
just
God.
just talking about it. It's not because it's cold in here. But what a
Honestly,
game.
I really hope, if you've only joined PlayStation with the PS4,
Oh yeah.
do yourself a favour. This is one of those iconic.
If you've not played Shadow
PlayStation
of the
series.
Colossus before,
Even if you have
happy
played it before.
birthday you.
Yeah, like genuinely get in
Yeah.
on it, and sometimes it's nice to have a game that makes you feel something like that isn't necessarily "go you're awesome, ooh ah."
Yeah.
And it's like, no, actually, it wants you to really think and to feel.
And entry number 6, Holly, which you're going to talk us through.
Which also isn't
I'm
ooh-rah.
hoping it's a game that is also going to make us think and not go ooh-rah all the time. It's Life is Strange Before the Storm.
Yeah, so we have a Life is Strange video on the way, if not already live. I am a huge Life is Strange fan. I actually played it quite late. I didn't play it sort of when it came out. I
Yeah.
eventually got around to it. It's one of the best games I've ever played.
I'm hearing that a lot from people who've played it. I still haven't played it, to my shame.
I said this in our other video. If you're watching this when the Friday feature came out, it's currently like on PlayStation Plus. And either way, like episode 1 of the original is free on the PlayStation Store.
Yeah.
Like it's just free.
So right now, if you have PlayStation Plus and you're watching this right now,
Get the whole game.
you can get all of it, all 5 episodes of Life is Strange.
Honestly, I had a pretty easy time in high school. Like everything was sort of fine. Like I had a nice group of friends. It was and
Yeah.
I was just I was just that middle of the road student. But Life is Strange deals with so many themes that we still remember from high school, and it doesn't do it in like this really cheesy way. It manages
Secondary school, as we would say in
secondary school.
Britain.
and, like it just takes you back, and some of the themes it deals with are really, really dark, and I think this one's going to be the same.
Yeah.
And
I mean, we saw a good
just
presentation, didn't we? Like, we're
so-
playing as Chloe this time, who is a character from the original Life is Strange.
Yeah.
So we're not playing as Max. There's no rewind time ability
No.
in Before the Storm, so it's just 3 episodes of straight up. You make your decisions. You have to
live with
stick with
them.
the consequences of your decisions. And it's an interesting change-up of character as well, wasn't it? Because Max had her photography skills.
yeah.
Chloe.
It's just great.
Chloe has her vandalism skills. Chloe's a bit of a rebel. Not a bit of a rebel, she's a real rebel.
She is a rebel.
She's obviously suffered some recent
some
a
trauma.
bereavement, and her life is not going quite so well at the moment. So, it's one of those games that I think takes you back to when you're a teenager. Being a
Yeah.
teenager is hard.
It was you know
Mostly
what?
it sucks.
I would never go back.
No.
I would never want to be back to being a teenager.
I would go back. I had hair, so I might go back for
Maybe
that.
you had Rob had beautiful hair,
I did.
like shoulder length, luscious. Sorry.
Life is cruel.
Life
It's a
is
new
cruel.
game. Life is cruel.
After the storm.
After the storm.
Aw.
But yeah, Life is Strange Before the Storm. It
So
looks
exciting.
fantastic.
Honestly, get in on that. Even if
Yeah.
you don't think it's your type of game, it's not a long game, and it's episodic as well.
Yeah.
So do yourself a favor and just try it. Like, take a little gamble if you're going, that's not my thing, because you have nothing to lose. The first episode is free regardless.
Yeah.
Give it a go, and if you have tried it, let me know, because I'd be really interested to see what people think.
Okay. Final entry then. I think this is a game that surprised both of us
Yeah,
this E3
actually,
and
it
really,
did.
really impressed us.
Yeah.
And it's Days Gone.
Yeah.
One of my personal highlights from the PlayStation Showcase, I thought that gameplay was really, really impressive.
You know what? It really was. And then I'm sure you're now going to mention
Yeah.
what we then saw.
And then we've got a video up on the channel already that showcases how different everything can be depending on certain factors. So the weather changes, the weather's dynamic, and that affects freaker behavior. For instance, freakers only like to come out in the dark, in the rain.
Yeah.
So if it's sunny or if it's snowing,
So
you may see
impressed.
fewer freakers, which can make certain things harder, it can make certain things more difficult. Basically, it's this very much evolving, changing world, and your strategy will have to constantly be changing depending on what's happening with the
Yeah.
weather and the environment. And
It was like that presentation added another level to the game.
Yeah.
Like, it looked cool anyway, what they showed at the thing. It looked really cool. And then when we saw this behind closed doors and we saw just even alone the effect the weather had,
Yeah.
for me, it just added this whole new depth to Days Gone. Now, if you were looking at the surface and you're like, oh, it's another zombie game, which I appreciate at a first glance. But when you saw what we saw, everything changed.
I would say
I was so impressed.
It's less of a zombie game, more of a game about human relationships and how humans deal with the world that they've now been left. It's set 2 years after the apocalypse, so we're not right after the apocalypse. Many zombie games are set, apocalypse happens, bang, next week, look, the world is a disaster.
There's ivy everywhere.
So this is very much, the apocalypse has happened, humans have done whatever they've done, and it's very much about exploring how humans have reacted to this new world. So, think latter seasons of The Walking Dead. It's not right after the apocalypse. And the main character, Deacon St. John, used to be part of an illegal motorcycle gang, so he's quite an edgy character already.
I'd like to be part of a motorcycle gang.
Would you?
Well,
they're dangerous, motorbikes.
Live dangerously, Rob.
No,
you'd make a good motorcycle gang member.
I live safely.
Rob is
ultra careful man.
Rob is like crossed off his sandwiches, like always at the airport.
No, I do like I do get to the airport 5 hours early though.
Maybe not maybe you're like a moped gang. But you're like bicycle. But one of the nice ones where you've got like a dog in the basket on the front.
And that's me.
A little bell so you can...
I wouldn't stand a chance in the world of Days Gone.
Basically Rob's already...
There we go. There are 7 incredible games we're really, really looking forward to. Obviously, there are more than 7 we're looking forward to.
There's loads. We could do this for hours.
This is a Friday feature, and the magic number is 7, and we have to cut it off somewhere. Please let us know in the comments what games you are massively looking forward to. It's such an exciting time to be a gamer right now.
I'm really happy with stuff coming out this year that's got my attention, and I know there's a future of gaming coming as well. I've got, I am happy.
It's a great time. What a time to be alive. Give us a like, please, and please do subscribe as well so you don't miss anything from the world of PlayStation.